Hi, friends. It's Alfred. I wanted to share with you what happened to me a few days ago when I was in town in Stockbridge. Uh, I may go on a little bit of a rant later, but I want to tell you the story, and it connects together. I went to the small grocery store that we have. They're all over the place. It's the kind of grocery store where you have to put a quarter into the little box to get the buggy. It unlocks the buggies. And you bag your own groceries and all. It saves money. I'm not sure if I need to mention the store name. But anyway, as I was getting my buggy out, I noticed coming across the parking lot was an elderly gentleman. He was walking with a cane. He was stooped over. And I noticed he was wearing a baseball type hat. And as he got closer, I noticed it said U.S. Navy veteran. And he had all kind of pins on it. And so as he got closer, I reached in my pocket, and I got another quarter out. I got a buggy out. And I said, "Here you go, sir. This is for you." And he looked up and said, "You don't have to do that, sir." I said, "Yes, sir, I do." I said, "I want to thank you." He looked up, and I said, "Thank you for serving our country and our great nation in your service to the Navy. You ought to, I wish you could have been there." A smile came on his face, and he stood up a little bit straighter, and he looked up at me and said, "Thank you for remembering me." He said, "A lot of people are forgetting about the World War II veterans," and said he had read an article where we're losing about 1,000 a day are passing away. But the smile that I saw on his face and him straightening up a little bit, it made his day, I know. We talked for a few minutes, and then we went on inside and did our grocery shopping. And I watched him throughout my grocery shopping, and I could see he was standing up straighter. He was more prideful and proud of himself because someone had thought of him. He put his life on the line for us, for our freedoms. And as I drove back home, and I passed what we call locally the Taj Mahal, it's actually the City Hall, because it went so many millions of dollars over budget that we didn't need. All those are different stories. It made me mad. It got my anger up again. See, in Henry County, we have 4 incorporated cities. McDonough is the county seat. They did a Memorial Day program in conjunction with the county at the Veterans Wall of Honor. Locust Grove did a ceremony, and the Tanger Outlet Mall that's in Locust Grove also contributed. Hampton is a small city, and they did a program, and they lined their streets with white crosses with the names of the veterans that have passed away from Hampton. And yet, the largest by population city in Henry County, Stockbridge, Georgia, did nothing at all for the veterans. They even passed the law that I've talked about so that private group could not hold their Memorial Day service to our veterans. They stomped on our rights, but they didn't get away with it. I heard the group went on with their march and their service. as well as my CRG, Cemetery Research Group. We had our private service, and we didn't get no permit. The gentleman I met at the grocery store, he provided my permit. He fought for our rights and our freedom so long ago. We've got 5 months to November 11th, Veterans Day. Stockbridge, Georgia. Do something for the veterans. It's time you start planning to do a program for the veterans. And anyone that sees this, if you're local, you know what's going on here. And all my other friends and anyone that sees this, if you care about veterans, which I know a lot of you do, there'll be email addresses in the description box below this video. We've got to get Stockbridge on board and do something for just do what's right and honor our veterans. It's all we ask you to do. We are the people of Stockbridge, and we will be voting. The voters of Stockbridge, they know the score. So let's get to work, people. And let's let Stockbridge know they've got to do something for Veterans Day. Thank you for listening.